The season's actually going pretty well for me.
Yeah, so you've been playing the same characters so far, or?
Yeah, I ended last season. I climbed pretty well after that, playing Reinhardt. I climbed to about Plat 3. Um, and then this season, I have been pretty much exclusively playing Kiriko because I found a group to play with, and I have someone who plays dive tanks. And I've been almost Plat 4 on Kiriko this season. So today I was hoping to look a little bit at Kiriko and kind of like I have a game that I lost, but if I recall correctly, I feel like I played pretty well and it was a close game. Um but yeah. So no tank right now, but the improvements we like the changes you noted um the last time did actually make like a pretty big difference.
Nice. So what do you think helped you out the most so far?
Uh Being cognizant of, like, how much I was wasting my shield.
Hmm.
And, like, once I kind of played a little bit smarter with my shield, I felt like I was comfortably able to just kind of walk on them. And taking, like, more aggressive corners and just, like, trusting my team to not be stupid and get headshot,
Oh yeah.
right? So that I can actually, like, play the game the way it's supposed to be played for us to win. Just, like, having the confidence to do that. Um, it was kinda just I don't know, like, you just kind of it's almost like at that elo, the enemy team doesn't know how to react.
Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Nice.
Because
Anything
'cause they're so
else?
used to
Yep.
Ryan being like a shield bot, right?
Yeah. a lot of people a lot of people used to that, but yeah, it's not good to be a shield bot. You rather just trying to create the pressure, and then there's attention on you. You shield yourself. Yeah, this sort of
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, are you still looking to work on the tank long term, or what's your goals currently? If you've been
uh,
playing Kiriko.
currently currently, I'm kinda interested in the Kiriko line of thought. I would like to climb my tank again, and continue playing that, but as it stands right now, I have a group and I'm filling the support role. And I
Yeah.
really enjoy we play as mostly like a 3 to 5 stack, and it's made the season a lot more fun.
Nice.
So we're all pretty close in range between like the high gold, low plat. And we've been steadily climbing. Um, but yeah, so I've been I like playing Kiriko. She's very selfish. I play her very selfishly. And I feel as though she has like a noticeable impact on the game,
Yeah.
which I
Mhm.
don't generally feel unless I'm playing tank.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Again, as long as it aligns with your long-term goals, it's good. Yeah, the usual things I think we already talked about that. Yeah, the most improvement you get, you play one role. I think it's all understandable, but I think at the end of the day, you want to prioritize what you enjoy the most. So if you currently have the enjoyment with the Kiriko, then just play her. I think that's okay. Just keep in mind
Yeah.
that if you
Yeah.
looking to also grind the tank later. There might be some conflicting habits because yeah, it's just the way role works. For example, the tank you engage a lot, you absorb a lot of pressure. With Kiriko, you just need to follow up on the pressure. So stuff like that. Just be careful
Yeah.
about that. But other than that, it's okay. Yeah. So we've been applying the cover. It's about the shield management. What about the setup, by the way? Just curious on the tank, how that's been going.
Yeah. So like I don't know. It's sometimes I remember or I'll take the time to rotate and get into a better position. Um, but I do admittedly just like forget sometimes or fall back into old habits. But I do find it to be getting progressively better.
All right, all right. Yeah, we could definitely take a look at that later. Then, if we will remain the tank, then just look at the setup a little bit more. There are a lot of important things you can do. They just divert the attention, keep the good angle control. So, yeah. Well, what do you think about the Kiriko then? What have you been? Maybe is there's anything what you've been practicing? Anything what stands out? What do you struggle with right now?
So right now I would struggle with overcommitting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I need to like Kiriko's cooldowns are interesting to me in that they have a slight delay to the animation that I am still trying to figure out like I often die even though I Suzu'd or teleported because of that slight delay. So I need to like I don't know. I guess I when I say I overcommit, like I stay too long. When I play Kiriko, I play her very selfishly and one of my other the person that I play with the most is a Juno player or a
Yeah.
Mercy. Mostly Juno though. So like she does basically all of the healing. And I will support as healing, but I tend to take a more aggressive angle and try to absorb pressure and either go for picks or keep someone occupied out of the fight and deny space. Um, and it usually goes pretty well, but I would say that I am not afraid to go for a play, and that may be my downfall. Is that I do find myself getting picked, not always first, but like it's not uncommon for me to like kind of feed a little bit trying to go for a play.
Hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, like it happens, right? I get a little ambitious. Um, but I don't I don't heal bot on Kiriko. I try to play her much more as like an offensive support. And deny like, you know, do my healing through killing enemies or denying damage by just like the fact that I exist in a position.
Nice. And I think that makes sense a lot, to be honest. You have a lot of good utility to support yourself on just taking angles and divert the attention consistently. And of course, you can also support, but the first attention most of the time just goes towards the damage part. We just keeping the pressure up, and later you can try to start healing anybody who is the most active on the field. Stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, then if we want to go over Kiriko, so besides what you mentioned, yeah, so I've been writing down, it's just sometimes you're out of position, yeah, that's what you mentioned, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to just recognize when to use Suzu, understandable. Is there anything else?
Um I guess like when to take duels and when not to. And like what character I mean, I basically treat Kiriko as a character that it's safe to take a duel with anyone. I kind of waver away from Hanzo and Widow because they have actual one-shot potential.
Hmm.
But pretty much anyone else I'll engage with because I can either you know, I can get out almost assuredly, assuming that I like time my cooldowns correctly. Um, but I wonder if I'm like not being strategic enough in choosing my target, or identifying like you know the one that I should be kind of countering out of the game.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. In theory, you quite good. I think in theory, you're quite good at dueling. You can definitely, even versus the snipers, because they have the one shot potential, you still can time the Suzurite. If they do the
Yeah,
one shot, they just try to deny that and then still outduel them, especially if you have good range. It's just trying to get as close as possible versus them. Usually, especially Widow, if they're gonna have limited line of sight, you can always land the shots from the side and just get them. But versus Hanzo, it's just the charged shot. You can play around that a little bit more. Storm arrows, but yeah, you can pretty much duel almost any squishy. Depends the situation though, but yeah, you're quite strong at dueling 100%. Right.
makes
Alright.
her very fun to play.
Yeah, yeah, she's quite
Um,
she's quite interesting. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, yeah, here I have a code. We lost this game, but
Okay.
it went 4-5s, and so it was a fairly long game.
Oh, we could take a look.
I'll send it to you.
All right. Let's see. Okay, can you see the stream just fine?
Yep.
Nice.
Red team Kiriko is me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this. Mm-hmm. Okay, anything what stands out on this map? Anything what you remember been difficult? Maybe, if there's anything.
I remember their widow being a menace.
Oh yeah.
If I recall correctly, she was kind of a server admin for a bit of this match.
Right.
And I remember their Kiri was not nearly as aggressive as I was, if I recall.
Yeah. So I've been going on those angles quite frequently here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, this is exactly what you do. Go on the angle, your tracer bin was used well, just deny a soldier. I think it's fine. Why do you give up the angle? Why do you go back to the main? Why not to stay there?
I don't have a good reason. I should have kept the angle to keep to
Hmm.
deny that pressure or to
Yeah.
deny that space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think that's another thing that I notice is like I did this. I do this on my DPS characters as well, where I'll win a duel and then remove myself from the area. Like objectively, here I should have just kept going with Tracer.
Yeah. Honestly, you want the duel, just take the space. It just
Yeah.
you always in this. You take the angle, you're in control of the angle, then just feel free to use that. Don't give it up. It's yours
Mhm.
now. Just
Yeah.
go anywhere. You can maybe even deny the widow, deny the server admin there. And
Yeah.
just
Exactly.
yeah, it's just gonna be really so much better for you most of the time. Okay, let's keep watching. See that server admin exactly what kills your tracer there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
Exactly.
you don't have the Suzu to support that. There's so much
Mhm.
attention. Maybe we could have killed that Mercy, we could have killed that Kiriko, and then
Yeah.
later you could have just went on that tank there, which is okay.
I
You
mean,
just do it later.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. The Tracer and I could have realistically cleaned up the back line.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause she gets the res there.
Just we got a kill, but at what cost? Yeah, it cost us
Mhm.
everything. Not everything. It's like Thanos meme. Yeah, I guess. Well, what did it cost? Okay, we got the map control. Now, staying card can be reasonable. You can try to maybe push a little bit deeper. Yeah, sure. There's a Winston card. Well, what do you think about the angles here? Where do you wanna, what do you wanna be? You wanna keep playing
um,
here or?
I So what I wish I had done was push through the tunnel on the left side.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, you could.
Um, like I like to be kind of cheeky. I could have also taken high ground here and just spam, like kind of forced the choke that the Winston and the Mercy are coming out of. But my thought with going through the tunnel is I know my team is close to the door, so I'll have someone to get out with. And I might be able to get a pick on the Widow or the Mercy, just as like a jump scare.
Yeah, I think it's good. One of the sides really might be quite nice, especially the fact given that you're more of a medium range character, you're the short range too. So there's kind
Mhm.
of usually no reason for you to play card unless you really close to capping, and it's just these people they're still able to touch the card, so might
Yeah.
be good to try to do something else. Yeah, your payload still reached. I don't know, they win something in contest, but yeah. And it could be the other story here. If they could have touched, it would be more difficult for sure.
Yeah.
Alright. Start moving up, taking space. Okay. That's alright. Let's see what you do. Probably set up an angle again, yeah, so, okay. It's looking good. Okay. Have good position too, you're not giving it up. We can stay here for free. Sneak in a little, sure. Okay. The rest of the enemy team is gonna push. Orisa, keep shooting, yeah, sure. That's a good angle. Yeah, looking decent. You can challenge the Widow too. That's alright. Looking decent overall. Suzu the Tracer, yeah, maybe. Small mechanics, but it's fine. That's alright. You just need
Yeah.
let me see. Yeah, just the Suzu, to be honest. Like you
Yeah,
said.
that's yeah. Like I just I think I just instinctively wait too long because it is a get out of jail free card, but it's only get out of jail free if it actually goes off.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. It's just the more you take the duels, I think these is gonna be.
Mhm.
I usually recommend to also do more of a warm up. Remember we talked about I think we talked about the tryhard FFA if you can find one. So you just play versus
Mhm.
data people. That's really good. So you can time your Suzu a little bit more. I'm not sure if the Suzu is available there actually though, because some of the abilities are non available. But at least you can practice just trying to play around the big stuff. If there's a big shots, something, big burst damage, you can always try to deny that. At least be ready to TP out. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to reset. And well, the tank's pushing. Maybe you can take a little bit more space. Sure. Taking space there. Tank is doing stuff. Go for the ult. So it just was to support the tank push, or
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just keep him alive.
Yeah. It's a good lot of good stuff. Okay, we constantly go on the angle. Right. What do you think you need to do to be confident in winning this duel here?
Have Suzu.
Suzu, sure, but you use Suzu well. Is it was reasonable enough? It's kind of okay, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
It's a critical moment. Well, is there
I could have
anything else?
pushed her with the health pack.
Yeah.
I could have taken the health pack and pushed her.
Yep.
And I guess I have the mercy, but she has such a high kill potential on me with a headshot that I just play my life.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
And I think I got scared because I think she does headshot me before I even hit her. So I'm like, okay, she wins this.
Yeah. You just see to be able to yeah, I think it's just what are we talking about because it's angle control. I always tell players just to have it on 3 phases. Maybe that is something what we talked about with you on ball as well.
Hmm.
It's just you have the stage where you take the position like you do now. You can have the control stage as well. This is where you just want to win the duel, typically, like that guys
Hmm.
will contest you and later just use the position and sit there for free. So so far we had this problem with using the position that was on the first, yeah, when we just didn't go deeper. And here there's just problem with control. Well, there are a lot of times just some mechanical things as well, especially if you play the
Hmm.
Kiriko. For example, now if you're trying to win the duel, okay, just watch this first idea. It can be your crosshair placement, for example, which can allow you to win. I see your crosshairs
Yeah.
there where you can expect the threat either to be there or here, so this doorway or
Hmm.
this doorway, so it comes just more mechanical. Now, it's just not as easy for you to aim at the Kiriko. You
Yeah.
not placing it on the correct spot. Where you should place your crosshair to make sure the shots are landed, or maybe like if you just targeting this right
Roughly
over.
head level in that direction.
Well, had level direction, but where exactly is the most convenient for you? Is it like the middle of the doorway? Here? There?
The far left, I think,
Yeah,
as they are coming in.
yeah, yeah. It's just most common. You will notice it's just gonna be your place crosshair on corners. So whenever you're trying to pick out, it just makes it more convenient. It makes it easier. Don't do an unnecessary movement, then you might headshot them first. That's probably what. That's why they did headshot you as well. They just had the good crosshair placement there. Let me see. So they actually expect you. They saw you with this, yeah.
Okay,
So
they
they
see me.
yeah, the crosshair
Yeah.
placement slightly better. It's just on your body. Ideally, or when they're picking out, so let's say you about to pick out crosshair is on here, and then it's gonna be even easier. Yep, just crosshair in corners. Okay, I'm gonna write it down, and winning this would be easier, I think. Yeah, Suzu helpful too. Still an HP pack is another one. But because you burst character, this first shot is so important when you're trying to just win the duel. It's the Tracer, it's the Kiriko. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are playing against. You just the high burst, so important. Okay, yeah, let's keep watching. Well. This is the part where it just feels some sort of downtime. What do you think? Should you play here, or if you just keep?
No, I'm just kind of wasted. Like this is a time where I should go take an angle.
Yeah, I think just repeat the same what you did before already.
Yeah,
Just go
like
somewhere.
I should be going. Yeah, like I have my cooldowns. I should be taking a flank or something.
Yeah. So it's consistently take the position. It's gonna be take a flank. You already been doing really well with those. It's a second point. You taking deep flank, kind of 180 angle, similar to ball a lot of times. Honestly, or tracer. You can just sit with your tracer. If you play in a stack too, if you guys a lot of times you find yourself playing with the tracer because it's just how much just try out as well. If you really like communicating, go in the same target, you can kill the target just in 1 second. If your shots are aligned, it's just one burst clip of the tracer, and then one your shot does so much damage.
Yeah,
Actually, seen. I told people right at the start when the Kiriko got released, a lot of people they would just play the Kiriko like more of a healing oriented. Well, it was reasonable at some point because she also had big healing numbers, but honestly, a lot of her value comes out of the shots too. And actually, the Koreans teams that's where they started playing more of a damage oriented. That I was telling, yeah, it's just this is exactly what we need to do anyway as support. The first time, just first off, you need to take advantage of your mobility. You have it, you need to go deeper. And you have if you have burst, you can also take advantage of that too. It just makes you so much threatening on the angles, not sitting with your team. On Ana, sometimes you can maybe get away with sitting in the main, but with the hotshot perk, by the way, you can be more like a Widowmaker now. The Kiriko. Oh, by the way, Kiriko perks. What perks you taking right now?
I take the Tuafuda on a kunai hit and double swift step almost always.
Let me see.
Yeah,
I think mostly double swift step. I just want to look at the rest. Let me see my spreadsheet so far. What do we got? Yeah, so Kiriko. Okay, urgent care, healing your food projectile speed is increased by 50% when seeking critical hit house allies. 3D situational. Kunai hits launch to healing your food. So you're taking Fortune Teller?
I'm
again?
taking Fortune Teller almost always.
Yeah, it is always good, I think, most of the time, honestly.
Yeah.
Kunai hits launch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
if they're playing Mayo Risa, I'll take Foxtrot, which is the Suzu speed. But like I will almost always take double swift step though, so I can play even more selfishly.
Yeah, double swift step is good most of the time, I think. Foxtrot, protection Suzu grants 40% movement speed to allies for 2 seconds. Well, might be like niche anti-dive if they run something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it, to be honest. You just read the niche. Yeah, I think the shuffling is so much better and Fortune Teller for the most of the time is gonna be better.
It just changes the way you can play her completely, right? It's almost like I don't know, it's just so good.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
I hit the Venom mine and got out.
Oh, that's fine. Sometimes getting noticed, right? Your intention was to go after the Widow there when he was flanking, right? Okay. We could try. Yeah. It's possible. Okay, there's Venture, Old, and end of ours. We can look to set up again. Okay. Yes, it does. It's unfortunate to supporting the Tracer. Sure. Are we gonna go the angle again and taking the right side? Okay, let's see. Okay. It's almost good. We just need to... Yeah, you just need to take the time and line the shot there.
Yeah.
Because you didn't headshot, just your first...
It's a free headshot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If they're not noticing you, you're picking out as well. Place a crosser, but see you crosser place him as well. Like you, okay, you have it on corner here. I think it's good. Yeah, actually, it's decent. Maybe now, just take your time. Like once you're at the corner, and you will be fine.
Mhm.
Yeah, your crosser placement initially was right. Well, when they go after you, you can escape. Yes, it's also good if you escape on the angle, because you can try to stay alive longer. It's just when you don't... Oh, yeah, I forgot that does this. When you watch the replays now, it just... There's a bug if you skip too much. It just pulls
Oh,
you out
great.
of the game. Yeah, they didn't fix it. So, okay, give me one moment. Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, what do you think you could have done there once you tip it in to just stay alive longer?
Um, like when I teleported to the tracer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I mean, I was going straight for the health pack, but I just kind of got dove immediately. I could have. I think there's access to the high ground there, like right outside of that door. So I could have probably wall climbed straight up, and had my mercy come heal me instead of going into the open for the health pack.
Hmm. No, let's take a look. Yeah, just a lot of things you can do. Usually, if we're trying to stay alive in the angle, it's maybe your movement is just the line of sight. Maybe some of the mechanics as well. Definitely, there's a big helper. Okay, where have we been? Somewhere around here, maybe. Okay, this seems okay. I hope it's gonna work. Okay, somewhere around there. Or is it early? Do you remember? I think it was earlier, right?
I think it's earlier
Yeah,
than
yeah, yeah,
this.
yeah. Yeah, I hope it just when it skips too much, it... Yeah,
Yeah, so we
okay.
lose. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
right
yeah,
around
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'll set up in a second.
And so we're not gonna skip, we're just gonna keep playing.
Yeah.
From here, the tracer, yes, and then try to go on the right. And then actually fight the angle. And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna escape. Yeah, so we're right there. Yeah, exactly. So here, yeah, again, what was the play? What do you think?
Um, wall climb up.
Kind of TPD
The
in
top
here.
of.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Or
Okay. Hmm.
yeah. Basically, just don't go out in the
Oh
open.
no, it did
Oh
it.
no,
It did it again.
so annoying.
Maybe, yeah. It's just if you I don't know like how people review WODs anymore, because I always used to skip 5 seconds. Well,
Yeah.
even when you just drag this. Okay, let's just try it one more time. I think I remember the timer too, so shouldn't be the problem. Yeah, let's close this. Yeah, and let's try to open again. So just wall climb, deal with the mercy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time. Okay. Uh, and especially when they're not aware of you as much, I think it's decent.
Yeah, I just don't think they would expect me to be back in the fight so soon.
It's kind of just aligns with this things. You took the angle. I think you can definitely think about being safer, but at the same time, there's opportunities to just go and use the angle. Maybe you don't have to isolate yourself that much. You also have an extra advantage, whereas the
Mhm.
tracer, because you set up there, a tracer can help you out to just continuously harass something. You don't have to... Yeah, let's say like when you're in this control stage, you can also look at the characters who support your push. Okay, this is how I'm gonna
Mhm.
phrase it. So you push with them more. A fine person taking an angle. Yeah, it's just most of the time Tracer is good. Maybe there's someone else. Remember we talked about it before as well. Why do we stay in the main? Yeah, we could be setting up, but you can use that fine person taking an angle and just stay with them as well. You just right when it started, look, oh, maybe my Widow, they might do that. Tracer, well, most likely they will. Okay,
Mhm.
hopefully, yeah, let's see, somewhere. Yeah, so this is when we get
Yeah.
killed, right? Yeah, I can do this, but I'm not allowed to skip, I guess. Sometimes it still closes randomly, but Okay.
Unlucky.
So that shot there, yeah, it's just I think it's again the part of the setup probably. See, it's just if I walk from here to here, and then where it's better for you to go. So you have that bottom up control there. Well, I know it's only one tank left, right? But still, what do you think?
Yeah. Um, I can go through the lower
If I do
right, or I
this,
can go take the
yeah, okay.
long flank again.
No, it's just watch.
Um,
So it's starting
I
here.
think I just do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of TP it in right away. I think it's just no person is you TPing towards somebody who is not taking an angle.
Yeah.
Want to be careful. I think if I'm TPing in, then your instant idea is okay. Am I able to take an angle? And from here, might be tough to do exactly because it's the main choke. Sometimes if you have a big advantage, I think you can TP in. It's fine. There are a lot of times maybe when you would TP in with dive, maybe Winston dives in. I can just support them. It will stay alive, but mostly yeah. If there's especially if there's a widow, I think it's gonna be really difficult. Open sight lines. Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
as comfortable with that usually. Okay. This is where I have you again. Take an angle challenge to the person. Now they have an extra advantage over you though, because there's a widow, so you gotta be careful. Yeah, widow ult. This widow does things.
Yeah.
How she's doing more on the third point, that's
I
interesting.
don't know. Yeah. That's yeah.
Where should you go though? You see, okay, like again, we started here. Watch this. Where could you be?
I could be in the tunnel to the right, or go above them through the high ground again.
Possibly. What is the person taking an angle on your team now?
The Cassidy.
It's possible to stay with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just one of your options. Just use it as setup,
Yeah.
or use the sweeper as setup too.
Yeah, or the Reaper.
Yeah. So it's just you do the same things, just thinking depending on situation. I think both of those options are fine.
Mhm.
You maybe what's the preference? Probably preference on Reaper because he's more flankish. Because your Ana will never heal them, and Cass can also be, but there's more potential for Yana to heal them because they
Yeah.
don't have as much mobility to just go in deeper like Reaper, where they can just TP in on the back line. So you can
Mhm.
just try to sit with your Reaper. Yeah, with your Reaper a little bit more, support them. I'd say you just purely the angle option. If the Reaper is not taking an angle, then I go with the Cass. It's fine.
Yeah.
I see that Cass was doing a lot there as well. It just would be, you see
Yeah.
that HP there? What if they don't win the duel? Don't let them take the failed duels. Just make sure the map
Yeah.
control is solved. And later, see that guy there? Okay, that is something you can again just be supporting too. You can even ult, to be honest, as well if you want. It's fine. You don't have to ult from main. You can create a pass towards the main too. It's not too bad.
Mhm.
Imagine I can pincer them this way. So, but set up first, yeah. Just exactly
Yeah.
what you've been doing. Sometimes there's no option to set up. You can just try to ult from main, but yeah, mostly we will be fine. Okay. Yeah, so just following the steps. Yeah, so far. Take the position. That's the one. The second is control. When we control in the position, need to find a person taking an angle, crossing corners. And when you're using the position, it's just you need to keep an angle longer. You just need to move on the angle. Yeah, move on the angle, rotate. Yeah. You don't want to give it up, remember? But yeah, let's say maybe okay. What if I skip this? Is it gonna break the game? No. Okay. Right. You can again just look at your team. Think about the angles, who's gonna do that. So who do you think you're gonna play with a little bit more on your team?
Monkey.
Yeah, might be probably. Might be occasionally snipers, but it's not your range usually. Maybe Ash a little bit more compared to Widow. Widow is either rare, Monkey most of the time. sometimes Ana, but yeah, it's all of this. It's on the same priority list with Ana. So here, yeah. What is the... Okay, let's just see.
I could be much further up, like behind that pillar right there, like
Hmm.
almost near the monkey.
Yeah, that's what I think
Like
too.
especially with the widow being dead now, or she dies immediately,
Yeah, we can't even... I'm not sure what's the...
or play the tunnel.
Yeah, you can definitely try to just play close angles. Doesn't matter where, tunnel, even this can work. You will require you being more sneaky. You're short range characters, so it's fine. You can just set up the short range pressure TP out, like the same thing you did. You have time to do that. It might seem like really aggressive play, but it's possible. You're fighting this area, especially if you want to fight the payload area. It seems your monkey is posturing aggressively there. It's just
Yeah.
really, really nice. Again, you can try to communicate and ask, but yeah. Definitely a disadvantage fighting the snipers at this range, though. It's go and set up the same thing you did. Yeah, you don't have to play down main. You're getting killed by the sniper because of it. Just
Yep.
go short angle somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So it's short range and take a flank. Yes. Those 2 points. And we got this top monkey Suzu. It's good. You can play with them. Watch out. This is a long sideline though. Yeah, well, have to reset. That's a good short angle. You can fight. That's not too bad, I think. You trying to support that active person, starting the angle. Maybe you can time few things better, shots as well. For example,
Yeah, like I
okay,
think if the cast dies there, it goes significantly differently, right?
yeah, it can.
Like we could probably touch confidently and retake.
Your crosshair placement is almost decent. You just need it on the head level. It was on a lower, because you're in the crouch. It's okay to crouch, just place the crosshair higher than in this case. So you have the free fire first headshot. As soon as he shows, maybe you have high chance to kill. Yeah. It's alright. Supporting the monkey later. Okay, then we have to get out. Yeah, I'm gonna skip.
TP.
Okay. Now, what do you think about here? Where
Should have stayed on the building.
The building top left here?
Yeah, like I did need to drop and give up the space.
And you just play here, or what's your next rotation is gonna be if your team's pushing up?
Probably play that around the sign because there's a health pack directly underneath me as well.
Yes. And what happens if your team pushes up more? So see what your Winston's gonna do. So then doing this, how you would move.
I could go for the Life Weaver now.
Yeah, just moving the angle longer. Yeah, you have the angle. It's just the same thing. You go to the main, don't do that. Just keep moving, and you can try to either win the duel or at least help out the monkey because he's more active. Like I mentioned, do you play with the people not necessarily on the same angle sometimes, but at least you're just trying to support the same stuff they do. I think it's nice. It helps you with those 3 stages. Take the position, make sure you can control. Yeah, that's why you're getting killed. It's just
lost,
this,
and then I get killed.
Yeah, it's open sideline. You don't want to be here. If you challenge the widow, then challenge the short, or don't challenge her at all. Don't just open the angle. Mostly, you're okay challenging the widow, and just how we get there, the short sideline. And people actually do take those sidelines now. You know what I coach in my rallies now, like all people now, they stuck down main, and I see people on Overwatch actually, even the not at the highest ranks, they take angles now.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying to watch.
Yeah. You know, I played Overwatch at the launch, and then I took a few years off, and I remember coming back and getting placed pretty low, like in bronze, and I was like, "Man, bronze players are so much better now than they used to be."
Yeah.
They're still not great, but, like, the game is it's at least a similar game versus it just being, like, a total cluster. It's very funny to me, but anyway, yeah, people are
Yeah.
watching all of the angles now. They figured out what high ground is.
Yeah, it really looks like it's like a pro team setup back in the days. You just have the cast over here, but it
Yeah,
was over there. So yeah, all of that is something you have to deal with though, step by step. That's what's important. You take into position, you make sure in control, take your duels, probably cast a widow, prepare for those guys, and then later you can do your own thing. You have the ultimate, so you can start applying the pressure. By the way, what's the average SAR, or like what was your rank in here in this lobby?
I was plat 5 in this lobby.
Yeah, this is plat 5. In plat 5, back in the day in plat 5, you would just have people sitting down main, all of them.
Yeah, yeah,
Alright, okay, let's keep watching. Slightly, yeah, it's just some unfortunate events too, but yeah. It
yeah, I
can
thought the
poten-
monkey was gonna touch,
Okay.
and then instead we just get killed, so...
Yeah, no picking the sideline again. The same mistake. You say
Yeah,
where should it be right now is actually here, I think. Still, yeah.
yeah,
You have this short sideline. Maybe you can try to move later on the angle. Just go deeper this way. You also have another option here. The right side is, I think, most of the time is good because you also supporting the monkeys. So yeah, your monkey don't like to
yeah,
play inside the buildings.
yeah, I think I don't play Cure. Sometimes I wonder if I'm not playing fluid enough, and like I think I focus more on healing and focus more on damage at times,
Mm-hmm.
and like ideally I would be a little bit more fluid in my approach.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think you definitely keep approaching it from the, well, pay attention to the damage side still like you do, polish that, and then find the times when you support as well. It's just mostly seeing whoever is doing the most, the biggest action, they kind of low, maybe on resources, low HP, critical HP, you usually start supporting them, but before that you need to take them up control. Make sure you actually doing something first.
Yeah,
Yeah, the best sidelines possible all the time, making sure that's happening.
honestly, I think it's just more of the same at this point, where the widow just keeps getting picks. I think they pretty much
Hmm.
steamroll the end of the match.
Kind of difficult there. Yeah. Okay.
I don't
Well,
think we fully cap. I think we get first point and a little bit past it, and then I think they pretty much push us immediately and win the game because they just have so much time. Yeah.
where could he be now? What, you see
I
this?
should be in the tunnel or the high ground. Like, I should be really taking an aggressive angle. I should not be the one pushing the cart.
See this guy there?
Yeah.
Also possible. Just go with
Go
him
with
too.
him.
Yeah, just one of your. You can always take whatever you can always do this. You can do this, or you can do this, but just gives you
Yeah.
slight support on the angle as well. And you can also actually support with the healing. Remember, your Fudas, you hit stuff, and then there is also healing on the angle. So you have both things, and it's not only about that. Even without the perk, I think it's still valuable. You're just making sure you support that person first. This kind of helps you out to win.
Yeah.
Whoever likes to flank more, they have more mobility. Stay with them. The soldier is usually more flanky, so you can try to go. Stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, he gets pinned off the map. That's
Yeah.
bad.
That might work. This long sideline for the widow, so yeah, I need to get short. It's better. Trying to help the widow. Kind of awkward when you end up in the main though, but yeah, you'll eventually get away. Play with the diva, sure, she's the most aggressive now. Can help her. Slightly better setup, if possible. Yeah, I think the top right, unless you don't have anybody contest, is better. Just like we said before. Just gives you more options. Oh, they really... Okay. It's alright. They would have did that shot, but we secured the objective. The ultimate makes sense. Wait, are we gonna... Okay, we're fine. Okay, we're good, we're good. Alright. From here, you can again worry about the setup first if possible. Yeah, exactly. So the thing you did with the TP, just making sure we get in a position. And it will be good. Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking it's kind of similar over and over. Do you have any specific questions, maybe, about the sweep lane more, or...
No.
Hmm.
I think it seems pretty repetitive. Like I take angles, but I don't hold them. And I don't set up enough.
Yeah. We could try
yeah.
the game, like, as usual.
Yeah.
We could just try to follow the steps, I think. Keep an eye on, once you have the position, just move on that a little bit longer. Maybe keep in mind who you're gonna set up with, too. You just find a person taking an angle. This helps you direct your decision making a little bit more. Okay?
Yep.
Nice. Let's do that. Okay, so 3 steps. Take control, use the position. Yes. Nice. Alright. Yeah, make sure to screen share and... Good.
Let me share my screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can... You can also do deathmatch meanwhile, if you want, or something.
Yeah.
Just to practice the mechanics.
Yeah.
I'll find my own path. I take care of my friends. Come on.
Now, there's a lot of stuff, just your trigger discipline, target priority, all of this is important. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah, I find Kiriko to be a very spammy hero. My game is lagging a little bit.
Or maybe you can lower the quality, or you run in 1080 here, 1080 quality.
Yeah, it's, we'll see if it gets.
Yeah.
Me...
You can just run on 720, 30 FPS, it's fine.
Alright.
Just in case, because a lot of times this Discord is a little bit laggy. Yeah. Yeah, it looks okay for me. If it's not lagging on your end, it should be alright.
It's lagging a little bit still.
There's something done loading.
Yeah, now it's better. We'll see
Alright.
how it goes. Yeah, I think my trigger discipline is not great.
Yeah, because a lot of you have a lot of bursts, so it's... Instead of just holding the fire, try to click. This is really nice. I talked about it when you played ball, I remember, too. But
Yeah.
it's much more important because you have the burst potential. Just click, click, click all the time. Yes.
Yeah. Do you do duos, by the way? Like group sessions or whatever?
Oh, it's possible. I usually recommend if we do something like that is start with one session just separate and then kind of do a session together so we can talk about the just how we can implement all the goals we talked about together. Because yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually tough. Like we usually need to have more aligned individual goals first. We've been working the same way with the others. If it's duo,
Hmm.
if it's team session, yeah, of course it's also possible. But this then it's usually the teams they usually scrim or something. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's also it's doable.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to do that later, we could do that, of course. All right. So who do you think you're gonna set up with more on your team?
Reaper.
Reaper for sure. Yeah.
At
Let's
this
see.
point, Reaper, but we'll see what our tank goes.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
Sigma, yeah, so Reaper.
Over here. Nah. Over here. No. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I take care of my friends. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds. Hi.
Nice, good.
Estimated me, nah?
And you can start moving on the angle if you once you got it. Yes. Watch your Reaper's defensives out. You can try to play more defensive, but later you can set up again. Yeah. Always more flank options for sure. And watch the setup again. Yes. This looks good.
Nice to know you have my back. They took the robot!
I didn't realize he faded.
Stop the enemy immediately! Take some time off. Restoring balance. This robot's all mine. Let's move.
Looking good. Make sure you set up with your Reaper again later. Yes. Yeah, the constant flank there, that's what we want.
Under my protection.
Most of the time.
Thanks. Let us proceed. My ultimate is almost ready.
Looking good. You're ready to Suzu. Nice. That was close.
Yeah.
You
I
can-
was I wanted it, but
Yeah, you can retake the angle again. There's no problem. Just you fought, maybe you got two, and then you try to... If there are low resources, try to retake it later. Yeah, watch the sidelines, the short sides. Okay. Cause there's,
I was
you
getting
see,
ready to
there's,
telly.
yeah, there's a lot of, if there's a lot of poke, we don't want to play in the open.
Yeah.
They got the robot.
Now I have two characters, Surge and Ash is just able to poke it down, kind of try to give them out of line of sight if they have a long angle on you.
Like mending a shadow.
That's okay. Could have escaped, but there's no problem.
Yeah. Needed to be faster on the TP out.
Pushing their barricade. The spring
Now we can focus on the setting up as our Reaper
take
again,
care of my friends.
so we have the opportunity to re-engage. It's always nice to kind of try to anticipate. You see, like, that is a point of downtime. You can always think what I'm gonna set up with, maybe look at the ults and such, scout information. Yeah, now we set up. Short angle can be doable. If there's a short angle you take in on the sniper, it's good. Yeah, like that, Surge and Ash. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's doable. Nice. Looking good, looking good. Okay. Nice, good job. Yeah, you can set up with Reaper. Also remember, when you say hi, enemy can hear it.
Yeah, yeah. Taunting the Sojourn.
Yeah. Okay, care open sights. Be ready to set up again. See what's your short sights later. Yeah, like this one is not the bad. Mm-hmm. Challenging the angle, short sights, it's okay. Yeah. There's no problem, we can always wait once a team comes in. Mm-hmm. Oh. Well,
Rip.
yeah.
You know, there was a vision, I trust.
You can find another person now is set up around. If there's no Reaper or... Yeah, you can just find your own duel too. Just watch what's your angles option.
Yeah. Not with the Sojourn railgunning in front of me.
Yeah.
Not that angle.
Yeah. You can definitely commit more to the sniper's angle, like short range if they at the short
Okay.
distance, though. Ash inside, good. Sojourn inside the building, also fine.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
They're pushing the let the Kitsune guide you.
It's kind of long sideline. Watch out. Be ready for set up the short. And this one is not too bad, yeah.
It was a bad TP.
It's alright. Maybe if you TP in, you can also just understand, well, if I'm not in a safe position, make sure you gotta be safe later. Maybe wall climb, maybe cover. Wall climb is the most common one. CTP in, usually try to do that a little bit
Just
more.
climb.
If map allows it, yeah, it just sobs off enemy aim, and you can try to stay alive longer on the angle. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
This ends
Watch a short sideline who's fighting as well. Mm-hmm. Can set up again. Yeah. Nice, looking good.
Ah, shit.
That's okay. Could have escaped, but you can. It's fine. You can retake later.
Yeah.
Just do the same thing. Always good to press the tab as well, like you do now, to check. Yeah, just in case you're checking for ults, you're checking what you're gonna enable based on that.
It's basically me and Hog.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, they used beat.
Alright, yeah, it looks decent for the most part. You know, we could do one more, but you can also look at between every fight, look to press stop a little bit
Ooh,
more, and
loggers.
yeah, nice. Love the game. It's Kitsune. A lot of shots. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice. Alright. Yeah, so remember we talked about that you want to set up around someone who's taking an angle. You can also just add the extra layer if you want, just before every fight. Watch for who has an ultimate and support them a little bit more, because sometimes,
Okay.
yeah, sometimes you had the guys with ultimate. It's just typically they're gonna be more aggressive if you want to keep an eye on them. It's not necessarily you have to set up with them, just support.
Just a little bit of babysitting.
Yeah, support more aggressive angle this way. You find someone to set up around, right? And you can use those guys having ultimate to also help yourself. Yeah, to do that if you want. Yeah, do you want to try one more, or maybe any questions about this one? This game?
No, I mean, I feel like this was a pretty good match. Like, I definitely tried to keep taking the angles and just play a little more, just a little more aggressive, I guess, a little more assertive and command a presence on the field.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really have any questions. I think it's all the feedback makes sense so far.
nice. Okay, okay, yeah. So you wanna do one more then, or?
Yeah,
Yeah, we have
sure.
time still, yeah, so there's no problem.
Yeah, let's do
I think
another
there's
one.
nothing too much what stands out besides looking at the worlds a little bit more, I think, because those are important. But yeah, been taking angles with the Reaper, this is good. Of course, there's like slight cover, yes, that's also something what helps when you out in the open, right? Sometimes you just get pressured a lot, but it's fine, to be honest. And just starting with those things we talked about today. Mm-hmm. Okay. Also, ult tracking helps if you know what they have. Also, you can adjust your angles accordingly if you're just trying to constantly think about it. It's one of the best big things on support in general. Mm-hmm.
Owned.
Well, versus Ana, it's okay if you just finding up close, get as close as possible. I think this way you can just land more. All right.
She won. I'm not gonna give it to her again.
Well, you can try the challenge. Maybe you're gonna win next. Yeah, against Hanzo, those short angles are preferable too.
We learn.
Just always watching for the headshot, storm arrow. When they're
Yeah.
gonna be active, you can just Suzu all of that.
Konnichiwa.
Alright.
Couldn't have put your head there. Ikia?
Now, not everyone's gonna be friendly, it seems. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Ignites me.
Oh, it's
Yeah, shit
also
on a little bit,
easier.
actually.
Yeah. Oh, it's also nice if they jump, I think, slightly easier for you. Yeah, they jump a lot, actually, on the Tracer.
Yeah.
It's bad. Well, bad for them, good for us. I also want to be careful with jumping, actually, just to try to, especially this high burst, it's easier for you to yeah, you want to make sure you press at the right time, though, but most of it is just, if there's a high burst, I try to throw off the aim as much as
yeah.
possible.
I try to crouch, like I have crouch bound to left alt, so it makes it much easier to spam for me.
Yeah.
Um,
I think this is good. Like, I personally have it on mouse 4, mouse 5
oh, that's
as
smart.
well. It's just side buttons to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my melee on a side button and the ping as well.
Yeah, just however you're comfortable. I have the melee and the crouch on the sides and the ping is on the middle, but yeah, just whatever you used to. I just find, like, in Overwatch, you have to press crouch a lot, so I just
Yeah.
have it on the mouse. It's just more for the other characters, like more mechanical characters. If you play something like Tank, you definitely need to press it less. We don't press it at all sometimes. But yeah.
Yeah, so far playing with Monkey.
Yeah, Monkey is gonna be good to enable there for sure, so this is something you're gonna watch out for. Yeah, they will try to take space, try to also TP with them, remember, if they're gonna be on the top, just stay ready, control the angle. But yeah, our attention is definitely keeping an eye on people with ultimates once they have those later. Yeah, play the bubble is decent, just make sure you don't have when there's no bubble you out, yes. Mm-hmm. I could have killed him, maybe. That's okay.
Game lagged a second and I lost him.
Yeah, I actually saw that too.
That was. I take care of my friends. There's a test subject. Kokoyo. Just Tyson.
Alright. I'll be okay as long as you control the tops later. You'll be alright, be ready to contest those. Switch out long sideline though, Kira. Make sure the short. Yeah, this is better. Ventureness. Yeah. This position is decent overall. If you're able to maintain those even longer, it's always nice. You just kind of force them to push you from those positions and then
Yeah.
you can TP out. Most flankish more. Looking good. Watch the ultimates now on your team as well. Don't forget something we talked about. Yeah. So
Or in May.
yeah, May is almost close. They might maybe
Kitsune
from
is another one that I don't think I do very well.
well, as
It's
long as
kind
you
of a hard
set up.
ult to use.
Yeah. It's good to initiate like you do. It's just as long as you set up at the best position, I think you can. Yeah, once you do, then you can start fighting. Yeah, unfortunately, forward dice was ultimate. So close. I remember there are two ultimates coming in, and it's your Pharah who's gonna come back soon. So be ready to support. Yeah, Monkey's dead, but Pharah is not dead. She's alive, so set up around her. See that Pharah? Oh, okay. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got knifed. I was trying to get to her.
It's okay.
Rip.
Also gonna have the Mei there too. Yo Kitsune is coming out too. Is coming in, yeah. Wait, the Mei. Wait, what happened to Mei? Did he use that?
I don't know. Did she use it?
I just wonder.
Or did
Because
she
I didn't-
switch?
Because I didn't hear that either. Yeah, maybe they switched.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, I didn't see. Alright, here we go. Oh, you guys steamrolling.
Yeah. Plat lobby, but yeah.
Yeah.
That, like, some of these matches are just so weird. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you hold W, you just win.
Well, it's might be the part that just the game somewhat snowballed those things. People don't regroup. Sometimes might be that, for example. But yeah, just the same thing might happen to you. They also can steamroll, but just know how to break that cycle. Make sure you just stop them with your ultimate. Maybe you get a pick or something.
I'll find my own path. I'm here. They had this coming, so let's give it to them. I take care of my friends.
Okay, so who are we gonna stay with?
Tracer or Monkey.
Yeah, there's some
Probably
Monkey.
prefer the Tracer to
Yeah.
enable them.
Yeah, Tracer's preferable. If they are staying the flank too, of course.
I don't know. Not looking confident. They said they're a bad Tracer.
It's fine with they're joking. Well, at least they set up correctly, so we can set up with them.
Yeah.
Soothing your wounds. Over there.
There's a person, yeah, there was a Reaper TP. Slip it out. Try to look at it, Tracer more. Just once they go, you go. You can also go on the same target, if possible.
Time to get clever. Come to me for heals. Careful, we're outnumbered. Over here. Hey.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for the monkey to get knifed and picked there.
Yeah, you guys at this point, they have the momentum, and they might
Yeah.
have some ultimates. So remember, you just need to stop that. It's farm the ultimate and maybe get a pick. That's it. That's how you stop their momentum.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You have even momentum. You just need to farm the ultimate still, and then you can break the cycle. Okay, that's alright.
Oh, Moira, no.
It should be okay. Just be ready to ult at the moment when team can be active. It's good shots, nice. A little bit overruled there, but it's fine. Which is when you got a pick, it's kind of big advantage too, so it's alright, you can keep it. Alright, now, alright. And set up. This angle can look good. The left side can also look good on the ledge. This guy's low. Okay. What was
I
on?
didn't mean to fall.
Nice, big advantage there. Can push up more 100% if this happens. Alright. You can check the ultimates on your team too, so you know what to support.
Yeah.
See, right now, could have. I think positioning around this is fine, but longer angle, and also keeping an eye on the Ash. Later, you can try to reposition to her because she had Bob. Oh, it's okay. You guys have time to retake. There's no problem. Yeah, dealing with Reaper is good. Nice. This guy been really early.
It's big for her to use that.
Yeah, really nice. Okay, check the ultimates again. Don't forget about that too. Yeah.
Me
So
and
see what we.
Moira.
Yeah. Just can keep an eye on that. Generally speaking, you might maybe play with your Ash, but yeah, Moira is something.
Shit.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay. Make sure to set up again. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Unfortunate. I was looking to TP to the Mei, but she was too far away.
It's okay. Well, it was kind of interesting position by her there too. They were really far poking. Nice, Suzu.
Carried on the wind. Get in there, Bob.
Nice, I think decent overall, to be honest. There's just pretty much feels like you need to play more games and it's gonna be
Mhm.
alright. It feels that we're doing quite decent. Just set up, control, use the position later, and it's gonna be alright. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe any questions about the game there? This
I don't
one?
think so. I mean, it felt pretty. I mean, it felt pretty solid. Like we got steamrolled, but we finally regrouped, and then we just kind of held them.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think I threw a little bit at the beginning. Like if I don't
Mm.
feed, we win that.
Yeah, there have been
But
times just when you trace it, for example, yeah, they've been not going in, and then you just
yeah,
need to not be by yourself. You can be by yourself, mostly if it's 1v1. But if there are multiple people, then gotta watch out. Monkey Tracer, yeah, those guys is good indicator for you to start engaging around. Makes it easier.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
sweet.
Yeah, let's see what we got out of today then. We can just summarize all the notes. What do we have for today? You tell me.
Take and hold angles. Play more with my don't play with the team, but play with a DPS. Watch ultimates better. And continue to take angles like proactively and set up.
Yeah, so it's just kind of once you finish rotation, then move the angle more, so you don't just sit on the main, or like you don't go back to main. You can just move deeper somewhere. You want
Mhm.
the angle, it's fine. Then just keep existing. There have been a few times when this is possible. You can free to use the angle. That's what it means. When you're in control stage, yeah, someone taking an angle. This is important. Some of the mechanical stuff, crossing corners. Keep that an eye on that. So when you pick the corner, you don't have crosshair out in the middle somewhere, but
Mhm.
just have it on the corner so you have the pre-shot instantly. As a carry, you can try to have more bursts this way. And make sure your flanks are shorter range as well. Sometimes you pick in the long
Mhm.
distance, yeah. So keep an eye. When you take in the position at the first stage, that is what you're gonna keep an eye on. Yeah, on those notes
Yeah.
here. Okay. And yeah, so it's been taking control using the position, Kiriko. Yeah, any final questions for today then? Anything you wanna ask?
I don't think so.
All right.
I guess the only final question I would have is is there any high level guidance you would give to Kitsune usage, or am I doing okay with it?
I'm doing okay. You can. Well, it's always with any ultimate. Keep an eye on the tempo of the fight overall.
Mhm.
If you know the fight breaks and you already have an advantage, there's no need to use that. For example, remember you won the duel with the Reaper. You're already at 5v4, so
Yeah.
there's no need to use the ultimate now. If you recognize you need an advantage, then sure. But it's just overall looking
Yeah.
at the tempo of the fight. It's just tempo, recognize based on that what's good. The placement, I think it's a lot of times good if the map allows you to not exactly try to be behind the team and create the path behind them, but you can even but to create the pass from the flank, just pincer the enemy too. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is good.
Mhm.
So you can just sandwich the enemy in this way. You also affect your teammates too. You create a pass towards your team, and this is okay. Still works.
Mhm.
Yeah. Can also scare the enemy team to push into your team, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, this is mainly it. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay then.